I like to wait until everybody gets in. We have quite a few people on there. But I also, because this is being recorded for the replay, I like to kind of jump right in. And we'll start with a few little housekeeping details, as always. This is me, and I'll go live at the end. I love to have a lot of participation and cooperation, but when try and save your questions till the end, and I'll go live and I'll answer them for you then, okay? So everybody seems to be able to hear me okay. Use the chat bar to comment, save questions till the end. And if you haven't announced yourself yet, please, it's a lot more fun when we know who's there. And we'll get a lot of participation. I know you have a really important message you want to share. So I thought we would do a quick poll. I've got it right here. I can actually queue up polls on this. What is your financial goal for speaking? And you can just check a button. Do you want to supplement your regular income, or would you actually like to achieve financial freedom through speaking? FYI, there's about an 8-second delay with Webinar Jam. So from the time you type something or have a question for me or a comment, it will take me a little bit to see it and see the results. Has everybody voted yet? That's interesting. It's usually, believe it or not, it's usually a little more like 50-50. Oh, okay, from my mouth to God's ears, right? Has everybody clicked on a button one way or the other? Supplement regular income, achieve financial freedom through speaking. Okay, okay. You know, this is one of the biggest challenges for industry experts is to, like the NSA has their CSP designation, you have to prove you've made $50,000 a year for, and I'll get into this later, but $50,000 a year for 5 of the last 10 years. And the challenge is if you have an actual job or a career and you like to speak occasionally and you do get paid to speak, that's almost out of sight unless you're in the $25,000, $35,000 range. But okay, so I'm going to end the poll now. Has everybody voted? If you haven't, click one of the buttons. And so we've got just about a fair mix. 60% say they want to supplement their regular income. 40% want to achieve financial freedom through speaking. Okay. So back to the chat bar. Feel free, like I said, to share any questions you have along the way. Okay. Now, I love this. Imagine earning $5,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 for a 1-hour presentation. Isn't that exciting? Wouldn't you love to do that? Hey, we've got Cheryl on the line. Thank you for showing up, Cheryl. I'm so excited that you're here. Cheryl, can I just say, Cheryl's in my new movie that's in production now, and she is incredible. She's the only professional actress in the film, and thank goodness for her. Thank you for coming to discover this. Cheryl is also quite a motivational speaker, so I'm really glad to see you there. Okay, so imagine earning $5,000, $10,000, or even $25,000 for a 1-hour presentation. I can tell you, I have booked speakers for more than $30,000 for about a 45-minute program with 5 minutes or 10 minutes of Q&A. It's possible, but you have to know what you're doing. Now, this is not for you. You know, you notice one of the answers on that poll was not, I don't care if I ever make money, right? If you don't aspire to share your message with the world, you just want to speak at local organizations and associations, maybe the Rotary Club, or as we call it, the Animal Circuit. You really don't care about leveraging your passion, your experience, or your message to earn an incredible income or lifestyle. You're happy speaking for free. It's just a fun hobby for you. Insider Secrets is not for you. It was made for you if you're ready to start getting paid to speak. You have an important message to share. You want to distinguish yourself from the crowded field of general speakers. You want to become the leading expert in your field. Earn thousands every time you speak and have high recurring income. And you want to influence and help others. Like I said, and you're ready to start getting paid to speak. You want to know how the industry really works. Okay? This just so much makes sense to me. Would anyone try to fly an airplane without first taking flying lessons? Can you imagine you get in the cockpit and you're like, where's the on switch and the takeoff button, right? I mean, if you've ever been in the cockpit of an airplane, it's a little intimidating. And yet, people become authors and speakers all the time without any actual training. And I think it's because we speak and we write from the time we're toddlers. So we think, well, I know how to speak, I know how to write, so I could be a speaker and I could be an author. But it's really quite different than that. So over the next hour, I'm going to show you how the speaking industry really works. I'm going to share the biggest mistakes speakers make, why most speaker training fails, the 3 different types of speakers. Yes, there are 3 different types of speakers. What every speaker should know before struggling one more day. And I'm going to share insider secrets to earning 6 figures as a speaker, how you can make more money in one day than you ever thought possible, plus how to set your speaking career on fire. And that's one of my favorite lines, is how to set yourself on fire, your speaking career on fire, because most people really struggle. And it wasn't until I launched the Speakers Bureau and started hearing from all these other speakers around the world. They just want to get booked for more gigs. They don't know how the industry works, and they really struggle with the marketing aspect of it. So we're going to cover so much content. I really want to help you so that life will never be the same. Like, think of this as today is the first day of the rest of your life, okay? You're about to discover incredible secrets and insights about the speaking industry that I will humbly tell you took me nearly 10 years and about $250,000 to learn. Yes, Kurt, so true. People are just struggling because they really don't understand how the industry works. Just think about that picture of the airplane. I'm going to get you in the cockpit, as it were, of the speaking industry. So anyway, yeah, I struggled for a couple years before I discovered these secrets that I'm going to share with you today, and in Insider Secrets, the course that I'm really excited to share with you. So stay tuned. I have an incredible offer for you at the end of the program, Insider Secrets. It's a mind-blowing opportunity for just a few speakers, and you could be one of them. So, and I have the last slide is a really important nugget that I really am excited to share with you. So I hope you can stay tuned till the end. All right, now why am I the one to help you? Well, I'll tell you why. In 2006, I founded the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau in the convention capital of North America. And you can go to my website at the Speakers Bureau. It's lvcsb.com, Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau.com. And look at this amazing strip in Las Vegas. We have more than 11 million square feet of convention space. Most of those meetings bring in speakers. I thought launching the Bureau was a dynamite idea, and it is. As president of the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau, I've had the occasion to work with so many amazing speakers you probably recognize here: Jack Canfield, Les Brown, Brian Tracy, Captain Jim Lovell from Apollo 13, Marcy Shimoff, and I regularly book speakers for keynote presentations and breakout sessions. And I'll tell you what, I left this up here because I really wanted to explain. A lot of people don't understand the difference between a keynote and a breakout session. A keynote presentation can be an opening keynote, a lunchtime keynote, a closing keynote at the end of the day or the end of a 3-day conference. It's where everybody at the conference or convention or meeting is in one room listening to one speaker. Breakout sessions are where you separate and you break out into separate rooms, maybe 50 people in a room, 100 people in a room. There might be 9 or 10 breakout sessions for even a group as small as 500. When they have these groups that are 20,000 people, a breakout room might have 1,200 people in it. So that's the difference between a keynote and a breakout. And I remember when I started, I was just dying to know what that meant, what the difference was. Okay, as president and founder of the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau, I am really in a unique position to help you. I publish these Power of the Platform books, and that's one of my co-authors, Yasmin Bijan. We went down to MPI, which is Meeting Professionals International, and we gave away hundreds of these books to meeting professionals. The book has Jack Canfield, Brian Tracy, Les Brown. They have chapters, and then other experts were able to get a chapter. One more reason I know speakers are struggling is because this was an opportunity where they would get $10,000 worth of books for about $3,500, $3,300 in inventory. And when they sell their books, they make $10,000. So they're like tripling their money. And you wouldn't believe how many speakers didn't have the $3,000 to buy into that. And it's not really pay to play. You're purchasing your inventory. And when I sold my first book and my publisher said, "How many copies do you want?" I was like naively asking, "How many do I get?" They were like, no, you buy them. I said, "But I wrote it." And they said, yeah, but we bought it from you, so now you have to buy it from us. So you almost always have to pay for your inventory if you're going to have books and tapes and DVDs to take around with you. So for more than 10 years, I've been speaking, writing, publishing books, writing and producing personal development films, and coaching other speakers to success, and booking speakers for paid speaking engagements. I really discovered how the industry works. I want to help. This is my little body of work here. My first book that I was just talking about is The Art of the Business Lunch. It's won awards. It's in 12 languages. I know what it's like to be a published author. I've contributed to a few anthologies like The Power of Mentorship and Chicken Soup for the Soul. I wrote and published the Power of the Platform anthology series. And most recently, I have been writing and producing personal development films with an incredible cast of stars, recognized experts in the field of personal development. And it was really fun because I got interviewed by all of these media outlets and more. I've been a speaker, okay? So when you get checks like this, and you can see here, it says first payment, that's half of what I was getting for that. And then when you look at my movies, these stars trust me with their reputations. I bet you recognize some of those people, right? The other experts who appeared in the movies gained success by association, which is pure marketing gold. And you might recognize Brian Tracy, Don Miguel Ruiz, Michael Beckwith, Daniel Brinkley, John Assaraf, Gloria Loring, Jack Canfield, John Gray, Marcy Shimoff. I'll name them all for you. They trust me. I've worked with them. They've all been in my movies. So it's really fun. I want you to know that you can trust me. Whatever I do, I always offer money back guarantee. I want you to be happy. I want everyone to be happy after they've worked with me. This is the really good news. Now that you know more about me than my dentist, okay, let's move forward. Speaking is one of the highest paid professions today. The truth, though, is that often, in spite of standing ovations and accolades, most speakers don't earn enough money to put gas in their car on the way to get home. And they're speaking for free. They're hoping to sell enough products so that they have a big payday, but they never discover how to really monetize their speaking careers. So I thought we'd start by looking at the biggest mistakes that most speakers make. And again, humbly, I will admit I made most every mistake in the book. And I'll tell you what, too, I did hire some mentors and coaches, and they were just the wrong people. Oh gosh, I spent so much money trying to do everything right the way they told me to do it. And it really wasn't the secret and the key to understanding how the industry works, which is part of my passion behind doing this program. I really want to help you avoid these mistakes. The first is they don't understand how the speaking industry works and rely instead on fee-based gigs. And we'll get into that for a minute if you're not sure what a fee-based gig is. They create and try to sell the wrong products for the wrong reasons at the wrong prices instead of reverse engineering their products and starting with the end in mind. Thank you, Kurt. I love your participation. Yes, so true. And they don't understand how easy it is to stop speaking for free and start getting paid to speak. So that's all going to change today. Success as a speaker is not just about being a great presenter. It's about understanding how the business works. And being a great presenter helps, but you don't have to be a great presenter to make a ton of money in the speaking industry. Most speaker training programs fail to address how the industry actually works. Unfortunately, you can have a dynamite program and you're still going to struggle to make ends meet. I know, I hear this all the time. Most speaker training isn't about how to monetize your speaking career. In fact, here's an example of a typical speaker training event. And yes, I grabbed all this off an email. You've got someone to talk about product, positioning, packaging, your social media presence, your presence during an interview, how to get booked. There are a lot of people who specialize in how to get booked at colleges or women's groups. I hear from unhappy speakers who say, oh my God, I paid $2,500 or $35,000 or $5,000 or whatever, and I didn't learn a thing, how to get more publicity, how to have, be seen. So, and then you have a host to tie it all together. And these people are highly qualified, but they're not usually paid speakers. They don't understand how the industry works. They understand a fragment of it. So usually, you'll see one of these classes where they'll sell it for about $10,000. I can tell you this type of training does not work. You won't learn how to build a successful speaking career, and it won't put money in your pocket. And those of you, Kurt, you're guilty. I love it. We've all done it. How do you think How do you think I got here? And that's why I take a little extra time in the beginning to let you know I'm a speaker. I'm an author. I've contributed to anthologies. I'm writing and producing movies. You won't learn how to build a successful speaking career. I've heard it all before. I get at least 3 emails a week from people who are struggling, speakers who want to get booked. They want to get listed with the Speakers Bureau. Okay, I've encountered even more problems. Speaking is a very crowded field. Industry experts are often willing to speak for free. Now, an industry expert, say you're talking about something in healthcare. Maybe the expert is a doctor, and he's going to talk about dealing with Obamacare or the Healthcare Compliance Association or all of these things. And they just like to get out there and speak. They're your competition, and they don't even care if they make any money because they have a job. They're not professional speakers. Plus, there are countless experts speaking on the very same topic. Now, I discovered this when I wrote The Art of the Business Lunch. It's really not about it's not about lunch. It's about the business lunch, building relationships and increasing sales. But I got asked to speak on etiquette, which I thought, if you've ever seen me eat, you would laugh because, I had to buy a few books to learn about etiquette before I could talk about it. And I also get asked to speak. I broaden my base to speak on networking as well. But if you want someone to share with you how to build relationships by breaking bread, I'm your girl. But when I'm in a mix for a presentation on networking, there are, oh my God, hundreds, thousands maybe of speakers in the US alone that speak. Thank you, Cheryl. It's true. I've seen her eat. Thank you so much. Yes, I just try to get it in my face. So I'm very nervous when I'm eating lunch at a presentation, a program where I'm speaking on etiquette. It's scary. Okay. So what we want to know is, how can you and your message stand out to achieve financial freedom from speaking? All right, let's define it first. What does financial freedom mean to you? Well, I think for most of us, however we're going to spend the money, it's having all the money we want and then having the free time to enjoy it, because one without the other is useless, right? It just, if you don't have money, but you have all the free time in the world, that's just called being unemployed. And if you have all the money you want, but you're working so hard to make it, then you're a workaholic. So you really want that nice combination of money and free time. I can assure you, your dream can come true. You can achieve financial freedom as a speaker if you take the time to understand how the industry works and discover the keys to achieving all you want. You have to understand how the industry works in order to be successful. Jack Canfield in my first movie said, when your vocation feels like a vacation, you have arrived. And that's what we're going for here. Let's look more closely now at the top 3 mistakes. Remember, number 1 is not understanding how the speaking industry works. Most speakers rely on fee-based speaking engagements, which is why they're starving to death. So a fee-based speaking engagement is when someone calls you, a meeting planner, a speakers bureau, a friend, and they say, listen, we have a budget of $5,000. We need a speaker to speak on networking or sales or leadership, whatever your topic might be. I like that. Lori just commented, there are too many speakers who aren't interesting. So you want to really own your topic, and we'll get into that too. Most speakers rely on fee-based speaking engagements, which is when someone calls you and says, can you speak for this fee? This is our budget. And believe it or not, I get a lot of clients with the Speakers Bureau. When I say, what's your budget? They hem and haw. Well, I don't know. Can we see a proposal? Like they're shopping at Walmart. Give me a break. I had to put my foot down a few years ago just because of manpower hours and time. I no longer book anyone through the Speakers Bureau whose fee is less than $5,000. Now, if I get a client who's got a budget of $3,500 and I have a speaker who I think might be flexible, I will, maybe see if they're available. Are they willing to do it? And so I do try to work with my clients. If they have they need 2 speakers for $6,000, so they're each getting 3, I'll do it. But the Bureau makes a small percentage. Sometimes they'll say, oh, we were hoping someone would speak for free. In fact, I got an email just last week from an old friend who hosts a luncheon out at one of the golf courses every month. And she wanted to know, they have about 120 ladies. Once you know about insider secrets, of course, this would be a great opportunity to go and make your own payday. But they don't have a budget. They're not paying their speakers. So I told her to check out the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, the local chapter of the National Speakers Association, and Toastmasters. And that's what I do, because this is a professional elite speakers bureau, and I choose who I'm going to work with. So most speakers bureaus, unfortunately, will say, don't call us, we'll call you. Okay. I try to be a little kinder than that. But when I get people who say, oh, well, I don't care, I'll just speak for free, I tell them that this is not where they need to be, and I direct them to one of those other organizations. The bottom line is you really want to set yourself on fire. Now, I hope you can see this. You know, it's so crisp and high def on my PowerPoint, but sometimes in Webinar Jam, it looks a little cloudier. But this is Google page 1, searching for the Art of the Business Lunch speaker. And you can see the first listing, the first organic listing is the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau, because of course I'm on that. And then you see robinj.com, my speaker site. And then, what is that? I can't quite make that out. Amazon, my book on Amazon. And then I did an article for Forbes.com, and then there's a video of me doing it. And then there's Goodreads, an abstract on the book, and so on and so on and so on. I'm even listed on another speakers bureau, because you do want to be listed on as many speakers bureaus as you can, and different places where you can go to get booked, which a speaker marketing expert who's going to be in Insider Secrets will talk to you about all those ways you can set yourself on fire. So I showed up on all 10 listings for Google search. When you do this, bureaus will find you. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you, when I get an opportunity to book a speaker through the bureau, I go on Google. First, I go on lvcsb.com. I look for, like I had recently an inquiry for a futurist speaker. So I went on Google and I searched futurist speaker, and I scroll down Google, page 1 usually, and I see who's there. And if I see someone who I think might work, I look at their page, I try to find video for them. And if I like them, I reach out to them and ask if they're available and will they be willing to speak for $5,000 or $10,000, whatever the budget is. So it's critical that bureaus and meeting planners find you. That's what I mean when I say set yourself on fire. You have to get up there. I even set the LVCSB on fire. This is a great screenshot of Google page 1, searching Las Vegas convention speakers. The first listing is an ad for vegasmeansbusiness.com, which is our Convention and Visitors Authority, the LVCVA. Most cities have a CVB, Convention and Visitors Bureau, but here it's the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. And it doesn't bother me. That's an ad. The first organic listing is for my bureau, LVCSB. The second organic listing is for the LVCSB Book a Speaker, featured speakers. And then the third organic listing is for Vegas Means Business for the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau, for my bureau, because I keep a listing current with them for the bureau and for myself as a speaker. So that search engine optimization is so valuable. So wherever you are in Orlando or South Carolina, you need to be listed with your Convention and Visitors Bureau. Most of them have a directory of service providers for conventions. Do it. I mean, look at this. I dominate right here. If you're looking for a speaker for your convention in Las Vegas, they're going to find the LVCSB. All right, isn't that fascinating? Are your jaws open yet? Like, there's so many ways that you can promote yourself to get more paid speaking gigs, even on a local level. Okay, the second mistake, speakers create and try to sell the wrong products for the wrong reason. And you need to start with the end in mind, because building a product to sell is not important. It's mandatory if you're going to earn thousands every time you speak. And this is such a game changer. These can cost next to nothing to create. You have to have a reason for creating your product. And this is, remember, I told you about the emails I get? Okay, you have to create a product because there's a demand for it, and then share the reason why you created it. So that's what I want to do now. These are examples from my inbox from speakers who want to be listed with the Speakers Bureau. And I originally had letters in here, but it's a lot to read in a webinar, okay? And I usually don't use bullet points at all when I'm speaking. Someone says, I'm a representative of Bob, the speaker, or Dr. Bob. We'd love to be considered to speak at an upcoming event. Well, I'm sure you would. You have to think about a bureau reading these letters and what's going to catch their attention, right? This speaker is looking for companies or agencies that wish to host a speaking event. That's not how the business works. My clients are hosting speaking events. Then they come to me to look for speakers. I get a lot of these. I think most doctors have their assistants, their nurses, or their wives write letters because they're usually some of the worst. And again, they're an industry expert, so it's not do or die for them. It's not like they need paid gigs to cover their mortgage payment, okay, like most speakers or professional speakers. I'd like to know how to sign him up. I love that one. There is no sign up. This is an elite speakers bureau. I cherry pick every speaker who is listed. I personally know them. I've seen them speak and I adore them. And that's why they're on the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau site. This speaker would like to be added as an official speaker as opposed to, I don't even get that. They have a broad range of subjects to choose from. Now, I put this in here because, as I said before, you want someone to speak on the art of the business lunch. I'm your girl. You want a networking speaker. Oh my goodness, there's thousands of us. Okay. So you don't want to, it's nice if you can pad your resume. You can branch off. You say you're a networking speaker and then you can speak on etiquette, the art of the business lunch, or personality profiles, all the different topics. Say you speak on leadership. You can talk about change. You could talk about other topics, you know, diversity in the workplace, overcoming adversity, but you really want to specialize. You really want to focus and be the number one go-to expert in that topic that you are an expert in. Okay. And this is my favorite. I'd like to ask you to please send us an application. Again, I don't have applications. I choose who gets to go on the Speakers Bureau website. Speaker is looking for more opportunities. Duh. Right? Are you nodding? Everybody there, are you nodding? Are you going, yeah, we'd all like more opportunities, right? And so they've emailed the Speakers Bureau. I'm looking for more opportunities, and on and on and on. I get at least a couple every week from people who want to be listed with the Speakers Bureau. And so I was working on a different online program when the light bulb went off in my head. And I said, okay, I know what I have to do. I have to pull back the curtain on the speaking industry so that all these struggling speakers really get to understand what's going on and how the industry works. Okay, thank you, Kurt. You're nodding. Is anybody else out there nodding? And maybe you've even written a letter like that. Don't be shy. You know, we all started out at some point. Okay, so to create an awesome product, you need to make it something people need, something people want, and something you know a lot about. That's bad grammar. I should say about which you know a lot, okay? Oh yeah, so much behind the scenes, Lori. Okay, so here's a product, a book, maybe a coaching program, an online course, perhaps consulting, okay? These, I mean, you can create awesome products. So I want you to already start getting your wheels turning about what is the next product you're going to create and how is it going to support you. Here's the sad truth about books. And oh my goodness, I hear from speakers all the time that they're working on their first book. One guy posted on Facebook recently, he said, I just got my book off my computer after 2 years of working on it. I'm finally turning it into an ebook. Well, here's the sad truth. As your main product, remember my big body of work of books, as your main product, books won't typically make you rich. The best use of a book or message product is to define yourself as an expert. These media outlets wanted to interview me because I am the queen of the business lunch. And I had this book come out and it was award winning. And so it's like a springboard. You define yourself as an expert. So it's not about the book. If you don't have a book, get one written. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get it done, get it out there, create a dynamite cover. I love good book covers and DVD covers. And get out there and start sharing it. Here's an example. You can create MP3s on your computer at home for free. Dr. Alfredo Basosa was in my last movie, and he created 7 meditation MP3s, and he sells them along with the DVD for $55 instead of selling a $20 DVD. Genius, absolute genius. To earn thousands every time you speak, use these 3 factors when you create a product. Base it on your unique experience and knowledge. Start with the end in mind. In other words, reverse engineer it. And this is the game changer here. It has to have a value of $500 or $1,000 or more. I hope you can start to see what a big game changer this really is. This is how these super successful speakers earn more than most speakers working today. It's all connected back to their products, their online courses, their live events, and so on. There I am on the red carpet at the premiere of my first film, The Keeper of the Keys, with Jack Canfield, Marcy Shimoff, and John Gray. What a night that was. It was just incredible. And these three speakers, these three experts, make so much money. In fact, one of my friends was just at a retreat in Italy with Jack Canfield for $15,000 for, I think it was 4 or 5 days. And it might have been 3. I don't know. But this is how they make their money. Okay. Jeff Walker, who wrote Launch, said, no matter what you want to learn, someone has spent a life studying it. Learn from them. It sounds really dramatic. It is really dramatic, especially when you start making that kind of money. So to recap quickly, most speakers don't understand how the speaking industry really works. Your eyes are wide open now, right? If you simply rely on bureaus to book you or fee-paid gigs, you'll starve to death. Most speaker training won't show you how to monetize your speaking career. Insider secrets will. Financial freedom as a speaker can be yours if you understand how the industry works. You need to have an awesome product. You have to create the products people want and at a price that will help to define what you are worth. Got that? A game-changing bonus is coming up soon, so I hope you'll stay tuned and stay with me. I hope you're loving what we're talking about so far. Well, you have to find someone with great testimonials. Lori asked, how do you know who's the right mentor when everyone tells you they have the answers? Reference check them. Ask someone who they've coached. Say, did you enjoy working with Robin? Because I have a stack of testimonials, and I talk about that, how important it is to get testimonials from people you've worked with. All right, we're back to the biggest mistakes. Most speakers speak for free because they don't know how to stop speaking for free and become a highly paid speaker. I think it's time for another poll. Let's do this one. You're going to love this, and please participate. How often are you asked to speak for free? Almost never? Hurry up. Press on one of these buttons at least once a month. Or consistently, more than once a month. I can't wait to see how often you are asked to speak for free. Almost never. That's great. Are you getting your fee? Okay, at least once a month. Listen, with the Bureau, I hear from clients all the time who really want a speaker. And there's nothing wrong with being asked to speak. It's how often are you doing it? And, here's a little tip. When you're asked to speak for free, donate one speaking engagement a quarter. And then when you're booked, you're booked. So if you say, listen, I have already dedicated my next 2 free speaking engagements. I'm available 4th quarter. You want to book it? And that way you have greater control over your time. I think there's nothing wrong with speaking for free if you are, once you know how to really monetize even a free, unpaid speaking gig. Okay? So we're back in the chat bar. You were just asked an hour ago. I love it. And Gertrude, you're getting a fee. Is it your regular fee? Or are you going to create your own fee? Because that's what we're talking about here, is just not waiting for someone to throw money at us. We're going to go get it. I love when people say, I'm sitting on a gold mine. Usually they're not really sitting on a gold mine. They need you to sit on the gold mine and work it for them. So, all right, so let's ask, are you where you think you should be at this point? Are you earning what you think you're worth? And if not, okay, great. What's your regular fee, Gertrude? Do you mind sharing? I'd love to know that. You don't have to if you're not comfortable sharing it. If you're not where you think you should be at this point, are you ready to start earning what you think you're worth and not what someone else has determined? Because when someone calls and offers you a fee, they're determining what you're worth. Okay, here's another game changer. I mean, these are the facts about speaking that when I heard them, I was like, you got to be kidding me. I could not believe the difference. All right, so if you're ready to change your game, there are 3 types of speakers. David's ready to earn more. I love that. I love to hear this because I can help you, okay? The three types of speakers are general, public, and paid. And I'm going to define these for you now, okay? Okay, 1,000, but not what you're worth. Okay, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you're here because we're going to change things up for you, Gertrude, okay? Of the three types of speakers, general speakers, public speakers, and paid speakers, which type of speaker do you want to become? This is kind of a no-brainer question. I know it. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening to me, right? Okay, let's talk about the different kinds. General speakers include the more than 18,000 speakers listed with Washington Speakers Bureau, leading authorities, Kepler's, etc. They're talented, they teach, they entertain, and they motivate. It includes everyone in every Toastmasters in the world, industry experts, and specialists. Now, here's a little nugget, okay? I put specialist in here for a reason. Never be a specialist. Always be an expert. You know why? This blew my mind. Specialist contains the word Cialis in it. And Cialis is an erectile dysfunction drug. And there is a lot of spam associated with Cialis. And if you want your emails to start bouncing, put specialist, from your business lunch specialist or leadership specialist in the subject line, and half the people are not going to get your email. So never be a specialist. You always want to be an expert. They will speak for whatever they can get whenever they can get it. I know, blew your mind, didn't I, Kurt? They'll often speak for free and to any size audience, and they hope to sell product in the back of the room, but they usually don't. Hence, they don't have gas money for their car to get home. A general speaker hopes to land that big $10,000 to $20,000 keynote gig, but it's sad and ironic they usually don't. Most speakers have no clue how their own industry works. Okay, occasionally, a general speaker will get hot. They have the right message at the right time, maybe a TV show or a viral video, and they get to raise their fee. Here are two examples. Larry Winget, the pit bull of personal development. He's hilarious. He had a show on A&E called Big Spender. He was a money consultant for one of the major news networks. Judson Lapely in the bottom corner did a little video called The Evolution of Dance, which was the first video on YouTube to hit 1 million views. He's got multiple millions now. He's done a couple Evolution of Dance. If you haven't seen it, write it down and go look at it after we're done here because it's hilarious. He was an aerobics instructor. I called him right before he went on the Today Show, and his fee was $3,000. And I was like, oh, honey, you have a viral video. You need to be making $5,000 or $10,000 every time you speak. Interestingly enough, after his appearance on the Today Show, I was on another Speakers Bureau site, and there he was on their homepage listed at $11,000. So yeah, that's awesome if you can get a viral video. But sometimes with those, the harder you try, the harder it is to come up with something that's genuinely authentic and will spread. They get booked a lot. I tried to book Judson the following year. He was booked solid between August and Christmas because he speaks at universities. And so he had orientation and Christmas break and everything. I had a client who could book him anytime in September or October, and he was not available. So that's the catch-22. A bureau will want to book you once you no longer need them to. He was apologizing to me, Robin, I'm so sorry. I'm just booked. So that's exciting. Those are general speakers, and that's like everyone in the free world, okay? Now, a lot of speakers say they're public speakers. That's really not accurate. Public speakers are famous, well-known speakers. They always keynote. They earn $15,000 to $100,000 to more, maybe $250,000, $300,000, celebrity chefs and stuff. Their average audience, remember, they're doing the keynotes. They might throw in a breakout if they're doing a keynote for like their VIP guests. It's always something a meeting planner can throw in to sell as added value. But their average audience is sometimes up to 20,000 people. They use the platform to educate, entertain, and motivate the audience. They're not really concerned about selling product in the back of the room, though they may. Here are some public speakers. Think of politicos who charge a lot. I think Rudy Giuliani's fee is in the six figures. Mark Spitz or Joe Montana, former athletes. Mark Spitz was the first athlete to win 7 gold medals in the Olympics. Actors, actresses, Goldie Hawn. There's John Hamm, the actor, with J.B. Bernstein, who's a sports agent. J.B. went from being an industry expert, general speaker, to becoming a public speaker because of $1 Million Arm, the movie that Disney made about his story finding baseball pitchers in India. It was a huge movie. People who have a TV show, there's Anderson Cooper, Michio Kaku's on the Science Channel. Jack Canfield became a public speaker because Chicken Soup for the Soul has sold more than 500 million copies. Okay? So Ah, paid speakers. Did you think I'd ever get to this? I'm talking so fast. We have so much to cover, and I want to get done so that you all can get back to work and start creating products and making money speaking. But this is so valuable. I want to share it with you. So paid speakers, now get this, they're happy to speak for free. They may even pay you for the privilege of speaking. They base their presentation on science and psychology, and this is another huge game changer. They'll split take for the room or sales, sometimes even 50-50. And the biggest speakers do this. If you share their platform, you give them 50% of what you sell in the back of the room. They know. Okay, great. Thank you, Kurt. Oh, there goes my animation. Here we go, because this is the most important nugget here. They don't teach from the platform. They use the platform to sell what they teach. Do you get that? You can watch the replay, and when you get to this, write it down. You know, they don't teach from the platform. They use the platform to sell what they teach. Paid speakers include, you recognize Tony Robbins, right? Tony is worth $500 million from speaking. Okay, he's just no limits. Next up is Deepak Chopra, who makes a measly $42 million a year. I mean, he's not even in the same league as Tony Robbins. Brendan Burchard, when I saw him last year, he said that he made $28 million the year before. He probably made more than 40 last year. Marcia Wieder is America's dream coach. Oh, God, about 8 years ago, she told me she had more than $500,000 in 50% deposits on her books. So she's cashing in. Marcy Shimoff does a ton of affiliate marketing, her own programs. She is the one who created Chicken Soup for the Soul as a series. She did for the woman's soul and then for the mother's soul, and worked very tightly with Jack Canfield. And there's Jack, because Jack has become a paid speaker. Aside from the fact that he's in demand as a public speaker, you can go spend $25,000 and stay with him at his house in Maui. That's, you know, and it's limited to like 20 people, 25 people. Do the math. One of my friends just spent $15,000 to go spend a week with him in Italy. He's got another week coming up, a 4-day event in Santa Barbara in his own backyard for $15,000. Are you starting to see what it takes to be a paid speaker? Are your minds blown? I love that Kurt wrote, wow, yes. Gertrude, are you ready to make more than $1,000 when you speak? Okay. Most speakers are general speakers trying to fit the role of public speaker, hoping they get a TV show, a viral video, famous, get to raise their fee. And this is why they are not making any money. They never become paid speakers because they didn't even know that category exists. Now that you know, I can help you become a paid speaker. This is game changing. We're going to talk a little bit about products and presentations. Plus, don't forget, I have a super exciting bonus at the end of the program. So stay tuned till the end if you possibly can, or catch it on the replay if you have to jump. All right. We want to learn from the rich and successful. Where you are today financially is a result of what you were doing 5 to 10 years ago. If you're going to become a wealthy speaker, you have to do what the wealthy do and invest in yourself. You wouldn't be where you are if we'd, you know, any of us, like I said, it took me a couple of years. We wouldn't have been where we wouldn't be where we are if, you know, when we were struggling, if we had learned how the industry worked in the beginning. You've heard that it takes money to make money. It doesn't have to be your money. Who knows what OPM or OBM is? You can put that in the chat bar. And I kind of gave it away with the picture, right? This is where the power of debt comes in handy when you want to invest in yourself to understand and do what the wealthy do. It's other people's money, other banks' money. The difference between the rich and the poor is that the rich use the power of debt to make money. They invest in things that will increase in value, like their education, real estate, the markets. This is because otherwise, if you make $10, you make $10. That's the end of it. If you take that $10 or your line of credit, yes, other people's money. If you take that $10 and you invest it or put some zeros after it and then really invest it, that's how the wealthy get wealthy. The poor, on the other hand, use debt for instant gratification. And when I say debt, I'm talking like credit cards. They buy items that cost them money. Such items decrease in value. Things like big screen TVs, cars, technology, jewelry, more technology, vacations. These items are not worth what you paid for them the minute you load them in your SUV, the minute you drive the car off the showroom floor, or put the jewelry on and walk out of the jewelry store. They decrease in value, and that's the difference. The poor use the power of debt for instant gratification, things that are going to make them happy right now, not in the long run. And that's how they end up in debt and upside down. Okay, so now you're saying, well, what if you're really talented and unique? That's the talented, lovely Georgie there. I have to find a way to put her in the presentation. Okay, so let's look at the talent factor. You're the best speaker in the whole world? Okay, well, earning $10,000 per speech is not based on talent. It's based on a presentation built on science and psychology. You want to speak to your audience's beliefs, paradigms, and subconscious minds. And this is so easy to do when you know what you're doing. It's a game changer. Okay, I discovered this, how the speaking industry works, so I took my new knowledge for a sort of test drive. I was invited to speak for free at a NAWBO luncheon here in Southern Nevada in Las Vegas. That's the National Association of Women Business Owners. I spoke for free for 20 minutes, just 20 minutes. And also, if you speak for free, you always want to go last. I always ask them, could we do the raffle? Could we do the announcements and everything before I speak? Because I want to finish and have them follow me to the back of the room for my table. But that didn't happen. They still sold their, their tickets, their raffle tickets and everything. It didn't matter. I sold $6,000 in 20 minutes. Once I understood the science and psychology of selling, of talking to my audience's subconscious mind. It's the greatest feeling in the world, speaking for free and coming home with more than you're making as your fee. So how come most speakers don't understand how easy it is to stop speaking for free and start getting paid to speak? Why? Well, here's why. Most speakers think earning big bucks for speaking is hard to do. This is one of the reasons. The NSA, the National Speakers Association, reports that 95% of their members earn less than $50,000 annually from speaking. I almost fell out of my chair. I was at their national conference a few years ago, and I thought, are you kidding me? Who's paying their dues, right? I don't think $50,000 a year is a good living, not in this economy, okay? They offer a CSP, a Certified Speaking Professional designation, but to earn that, you have to show that you've earned more than $50,000 a year for at least 5 of the last 10 years. So you can already see that leaves out 95% of their membership, right? So it is a very prestigious designation. But it leaves out industry experts and other really great speakers who don't earn exclusively from speaking, and most general speakers. Industry experts, general speakers, professionals, other people, coaches, they're not speaking at, $10,000 5 times a year. So this is a terrible thing. And it's why most people think it's hard. They go to NSA and they hear that everybody's struggling, so they feel like it's okay to struggle. Let me tell you, it doesn't take a lot of people to earn a lot of money. When we talk about getting started, the first thing you have to do is decide you're going to become a paid speaker. Stop relying on fee-based gigs. Build proper credibility through your products, your marketing, your promotion, videos, and publicity. Discover how to use science and psychology to start earning more right away. It's easy and fun once you know the industry. Here are some of my testimonials. Marion Richardson said, "Thanks, Robin. It has truly been a pleasure to work with you. It's great to have someone who knows their way through this maze." Robbie Cheney said, "You're such a blessing to me. I appreciate your sincerity and passion for success and for sharing your insights and wisdom with me. Thank you." And then Dr. Jameson wrote, "Your coaching was perfect and priceless. Everyone said my speech was amazing. Perfect. Great. Thank you with all my heart." She raises money for Volunteers in Medicine of Southern Nevada, and I've been coaching her for the last 10 years on her speech, and her foundation depends on raising enough money with her speech at her annual fundraiser. So, it's easy. These people love it, and I like to believe that I've helped them a lot in understanding how the industry works. Have you learned more so far than you thought you would? I would love some feedback in the chat bar right about now. Have you learned more than you thought you would? It's surprising to see how the speaking industry really works. There I am, all surprised, right? Have you found this helpful? Cheryl, I think you were there when we took that picture. It was in the kitchen where we were filming, right? I was actually looking at a drone flyover video. It has been an incredible hour. I would love some feedback. Again, please type your message, what you think of this. And thank you so much. Thank you. Would you like to know what else you can do to further your speaking career and start getting paid to speak? Super. Yes, just type yes if you can. I have this amazing announcement. Brand new, the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau presents Insider Secrets, Keys. Your exact facial expression. Thank you. Insider Secrets. You guys are throwing me off. I love your comments. Keys to six-figure speaking. This is an 8-week crash course. I've been building it for the last 6 months, you guys. It has everything, okay? It will change your speaking career forever and help you to understand how to monetize your speaking career. And there are 4 insane bonuses. Let me run through those really quickly for you. You will get a Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau certified convention speaker designation. You will be able to put a CCS after your name. And I believe that if an opportunity for a fee-based gig comes down to you and another speaker and you have a CCS after your name and they don't, I think the meeting planner or the Speakers Bureau is going to be swayed by that. And I think you're going to have a better chance of getting more fee-based gigs with a CCS after your name. So there's an actual designation. Insane bonus number 2, a 2-year listing, a minimum of a 2-year listing on the lvcsb.com website in the convention capital of North America. Oh, Billy, thank you for chiming in. Yes, I'm not making this up. I almost fell off my chair at NSA in Atlanta when they said that. And they said it with such pride. I was surprised. So, okay, you'll get a 2-year listing on lvcsb.com. You'll be on my website and on my radar. Look at this. Right there, I will have a special page just for certified convention speakers. In fact, I'm thinking the more I look at this in this program, I'm going to move it over to the left side and really feature certified convention speakers. And I think when a meeting planner comes to the website, they're going to click on that first, and you'd be listed there with your CCS after your name. Insane bonus number 3. I'm going to share mind-blowing information from my Millionaire Speaker Bootcamp, where you'll discover how to use science and psychology and see how really easy it is, I get too excited, to earn $5,000, $10,000 or more in one day as a speaker. This is such a game changer. And then insane bonus number 4, Insider Secrets to Publishing. You'll get to meet a top literary agent with insights and personal recommendations to help you achieve publishing success. As you earn your CCS designation, you'll discover more insider secrets about the speaking industry and how it really works, how to earn more every time you speak by using science and psychology in your presentations, how to get booked for traditional paid gigs. I use the word traditional all the time, and what I mean is fee-based gigs where someone hires you. The truth about publishing, I've shared a little bit of it here, that it's, the best use of a book is to define yourself as an expert, but we're going to go into detail on that. How to become a paid speaker, and the keys to building your own 6-figure speaking empire. The guest experts will include my friend, the super successful literary agent. She has sold more than 1,000 book deals with traditional publishers. She has sold 11 of her own books, including a 6-figure deal with a major publisher. It's coming out this fall. She's been hunkering down editing it. It's going to be huge. We're lucky to get her. I was like, we've got to do this interview before you go off and running. Seriously. I have an expert speaker marketer who's going to share the secrets for getting booked for traditional paid gigs, finding those who will book you and how to contact them, just like I shared about the LVCVA earlier, areas like that, wherever you live. You're really not going to believe how easy it is once you understand the industry. Plus, I have wisdomrobot.com, product creation and income automation. Now, what does this mean to you? You're going to discover how to earn high perpetual income online by creating evergreen campaigns that will run 24/7, making money for you while you sleep. It was funny, someone just posted on Facebook this week that he woke up and he had a $1,250 sale for, believe it or not, a drumming course. He's teaching drumming lessons via Skype. So no matter where you are in the world, you could take drumming lessons from him. He was so excited. It's possible to wake up and find out how much money you made. It's easy, and I know you can do this. Listen, I'm blonde, and I'm pretty smart, but I still operate on a blonde level a lot. If I can do this, you can do this. Plus, you'll get a CCS makeover. You'll discover how to put yourself together for the greatest impact on stage. This is a comprehensive course. You'll discover what it takes to define yourself as an expert. Remember, I'm going to mention testimonials, how to make your topic a hot topic, a great headshot, beautiful headshot, what looks good, what you need, an opt-in box, a product, what bios you need, not just one biography, you need a couple, and you need a responsive website because most people are not at their desktop. They're on their tablet or their cell phone. You'll discover all the ways to tell the world you're an expert. Thank you, Kurt. All the different ways you can tell the world you're an expert. Do you know how many experts launch their careers on YouTube with video? They have more than 1 million followers. There's so many exciting stories about that. Podcasts, movies, collaborations. This is, I use a few more bullet points in a webinar than I do, but when I speak, this is what my presentations look like. All images. I'm going to show you how to make dramatically different presentations that are just captivating and how to present with anecdotes so that you're never going to have death by PowerPoint. You're going to discover the game-changing secrets of speaking directly to your audience's subconscious mind. All this and a listing on LVCSB. Remember, I hire speakers for paid gigs, meeting planners. Count on me. Insider Secrets will help you develop your professional speaking platform, including who you are as a speaker, your unique message and brand, how to create explosive products. And it's just 8 short weeks and you'll earn your CCS and become a certified convention speaker, guaranteed. I will work with you until you're ready and make sure that you're qualified for your CCS. So I want you to stop struggling and start earning. This is an easy 8-week crash course where you'll discover everything you need to know to succeed as a paid speaker, how to avoid the biggest mistakes. Oh my God, in the first module, there's like 15 mistakes. I only could do 3 of them in this video. How to create a speaker demo video that will get you booked. I can no longer book a speaker through the Bureau without a demo video. So that's essential. The 6 elements you have to have on your speaker website. How to create, LVCSB? Okay, I'll check that when we're done. But the course, I'm going to give you a link at the end of this that you can go to, okay? But thank you for letting me know. Someone else told me the website was down, so I'll have to look at that. The lvcsb.com site, David, please. Okay, you'll understand how to create dynamic and profitable products, how to determine your speaking fee and when to raise it. I may be having it updated. Why using science and psychology will help you to sell more than ever before. And there's a 90-day unconditional money-back guarantee. So you have nothing to lose except understanding you're going to understand how to do this. You want to figure out I'm going to share with you how to set yourself apart from all the other speakers vying for the same gigs. So it's just you with Insider Secrets CCS designation and a listing on the lvcsb.com. You're going to gain status with a prestigious online bureau listing, which I will have up in just another hour or so in the convention capital of North America. And finally, discover how the speaking industry really works. So please don't wait until you've exhausted all your resources. I think it was Kurt who said, yes, he spent, thousands and thousands of dollars and didn't get what he was hoping for. So please don't wait until you've exhausted all your resources to figure out how to monetize your speaking career. If you start today, in just 8 weeks, you'll become a certified convention speaker. You'll have a listing on the lvcsb.com, and you'll know what it takes to become a 6-figure speaker. They're easy online sessions. Every session, you see how much content I try to give in such a short time. You can take this course from anywhere in the world, meet industry insiders in publishing, marketing, and income automation. You'll get a behind-the-scenes look at the industry that can make you rich. And you can come back to the course whenever you need and as often as you like. So to recap, we're almost done, okay? And stay tuned because I've got the offer and then a special nugget from Napoleon Hill that is going to blow your mind about being decisive. Insider Secrets includes these 4 insane bonuses, mind-blowing info from my Millionaire Speaker Bootcamp. See how easy it is to earn $5,000, $10,000 or more in one day as a speaker. I was selling this before for $24.95. You'll get Insider Secrets to publishing and meet my friend, the top literary agent, with insights and recommendations to help you achieve publishing success. That's worth $1,000. Your profile will be listed for a minimum of 2 years, an exclusive offer, jaw-dropping exposure on the most elite Speakers Bureau website. It's a $1,500 value. I know because I paid $575 a year for a couple of years when I became a speaker to be on a Speakers Bureau website that featured women speakers. never got a gig, but other bureaus wouldn't hire me if I didn't have a listing on a speakers bureau. So I invested in myself there. I just want you to know that's where I got the value for that. And you'll earn your CCS, Certified Convention Speaker designation, which is priceless. And if you sign up today in the next 48 hours, you'll get a private one-on-one strategy session with me or a member of my team at the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau. A one-on-one session will personally help you develop your topic into a killer branded keynote. We'll review your products, whatever you're working on, your manuscript, a website, presentation, whatever you need help with. You'll get all the information that cost me a fortune and nearly 10 years to learn. Answers to all your professional speaker questions in a recorded one-on-one video chat worth $1,000. So the 8-week Insider Secrets program includes 7 weekly online sessions you can take at your convenience, a private one-on-one session with me or a member of the LVCSB.com team, the bureau team, 4 insane bonuses, including the Millionaire Speaker Bootcamp, Insider Secrets to Publishing, a listing on LVCSB.com, and your Certified Convention Speaker designation. This is going to be $49.97. But if you buy it in the next 48 hours, you'll get super savings and an insane bonus number 5, the one-on-one with the CSB. It'll be just $34.95. I'm going to put that right up here for you so that if you want to, you can just click that and go right to the site, okay? You'll save more than $1,500. And I do have a payment plan available so you can make 3 easy payments. And if you click buy now in the chat bar right here, you'll save more than $1,500. You'll get the special one-on-one session and you'll discover the keys to 6-figure speaking. Sign up for Insider Secrets today to discover how the speaking industry works, earn your designation, get listed on the LVCSB.com, and save. I guarantee that in just 8 exciting weeks, you'll understand how to get paid to speak. Space is limited because of the live segment, so sign up today. And remember, it's a 90-day unconditional money-back guarantee. You have nothing to lose. You're going to discover how this industry works. I worked so hard to create this course. Ask anyone who knows me. I haven't been out to lunch, ironically, as the queen of the business lunch. I haven't met people for breakfast, and I haven't gone to networking events. I have been pouring my heart into this course to help speakers because, like I said, I got so many inquiries from people, speakers who are just struggling, and I can't stand to see them struggle. All right, I promised you a little nugget from Napoleon Hill. When he was hired by Andrew Carnegie to study the wealthiest, most successful people in the industry, he discovered that they all shared 16 characteristics. And the really good news is that 5 of them are learned. Doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, who your parents are, 5 of them are learned, and I wanted to share them with you here. Burning desire, white hot desire, he called it. You have to really want this more than anything. You need specialized knowledge. Remember how important it is to be an expert. It takes discipline. I wrote The Art of the Business Lunch on Sundays while I was working in advertising 40, 50, 60 hours a week, never 40 hours a week, 50, 60 hours a week. On Sundays, I was at my desk. I know the discipline it takes to succeed. It also takes really strong associations like the Las Vegas Convention Speakers Bureau, Meeting Professionals International. Who you are represents your success level too, and then decisiveness. Remember I told you there's an easy way to make a decision. Ask yourself these 2 questions. Will this decision move me closer to my dreams? And is it in harmony with what I'm doing? That is the easiest way to make a great decision. When we predict the future, it's interesting that out of every 100 people, only 10 will go on to reach their dreams and gain financial independence. The good news is that it could be any one of those 100 people. So last question, ask yourself, will you be one of the 10% who will commit to yourself and your speaking career? I sure hope so. This is your chance to change your future forever. I hope it's helped you significantly to decide that you want to be a successful speaker. I'm going to remove this offer right now. If you want to, you can still go to thepaidspeaker.com and sign up for it, and you'll get the special discount. You have 48 hours on that. But I'm in the chat bar live now. There I am. Hey, you know what I need? A sip of water. Okay. If you're there and you have a question, just post it in the chat bar. I'll give you a few minutes. Like I said, there's an 8-second delay. I know it's pretty comprehensive and it's a lot to cover. It really is, especially if you've never heard any of this content before about the difference between being a paid speaker, being a general speaker, being a public speaker. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes most people make is they say I'm a public speaker, and they're really not. Public speakers are famous, easily recognized. So do you have any questions about the course? It's so comprehensive. Seriously, 7 segments. We talk about the mistakes that speakers make, talk about what you need in a demo video, how to use science and psychology to sell more every time you speak. Seriously, I mean, I did it one time. I got to speak to a group of people. They were serving alcohol, which there are a lot of speakers who just won't take a call if they're, how much hand-holding is there in this program? 2, no, a lot of hand-holding. I'm there for you. You can email me. I'm accessible on email. I know Juliet's emailed me in the past. You know, I get right back to you all the time. If you need a call, we can chat. I want you to succeed. I really do. And this came about seriously because I heard from so many speakers who had spent so much money, thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of dollars, and they're no farther ahead than they were before they ever took a class. And I thought, you know, I have this unique, specialized knowledge, this expertise, having been a speaker, having been an author, having been a publisher and an editor, then writing and producing award-winning films, and being a speaker coach. This is what I do. I know the mistakes most speakers make. It doesn't need to be hard. This is so easy. Anyone can do it. And on this online course, what I've learned this year putting this together, there's my surprised face again. It's crazy. I integrated Webinar Jam with my YouTube account and Wisdom Robot, and I have learned everything that I needed to do. And if I can do it, blonde, if I can do it, you know, the technology was step by step. Everything has video tutorials now. The Insider Secrets course is all on video. You can pause it, you can stop, you can come back, you can watch it again. I show you how to do that, how to make money while you're sleeping. Let me see, Lola wrote, I'm new to this and know my topic deeply, but I'm missing the business side. Putting out a chunk of money scares me, and to be honest, scares me to be honest. I know, that's why I offer a 90-day unconditional money back guarantee. This course, you have nothing to lose, Lola. I want to help you, especially if you're starting out. I mean, I really thought when I created the course that my main market would really be speakers who have been struggling for 5 or 10 years like I was when I learned some of this information. But it's new speakers. If I can help you when you're first starting out, I'm going to save you at least $40,000 or $50,000 because you're not going to need these other courses. You're not going to need to do anything else. And a 90-day money-back guarantee, you really have nothing to lose. There's 3 easy pays of $12.50, which comes to $37.50. Or if you pay all at once, it's $34.95. I guarantee you it would be the best money you ever spent, even if you don't make it in 48 hours and you spend $49.95. But I want to help you save the money. So email me and I'll honor that for you if you're in this webinar for the next 2 days, 48 hours, and save you more than $1,500. You really have nothing to lose and everything to gain because the content in this online course is, you know, can I say mind-blowing again? Jaw-dropping, game-changing. It's crazy. And I really created this course because I couldn't handle so many speakers emailing me all the time, wanting to get listed with the Bureau. I have pages of testimonials. If you want, I'll email it to you. You really have nothing to worry about. I'm very confident in this information and material. So thank you for your participation. Thank you for your questions. I'm going to sign off. Oh my goodness, we've gone like an hour and 20 minutes. I'm going to have to put this in YouTube and edit it down a little bit, get rid of the dead time in the beginning. So if you want to watch it again, you'll get a replay link. Or email me and I'll send it to you directly. Give me a day to get that video edited. And yeah, I even edit video. I've learned everything. If I can do it, you can do it too. I look forward to sharing this information with you. Thank you so much for making the time to spend with me this morning, today, if you're on the East Coast. And I'm just an email away, robin@lvcsb.com. If you want to see a little bit more about the course or sign up, Just go to thepaidseeker.com to sign up right now. Okay. I look forward to helping you.